My name is Robert Newton Peck. What I'm going to tell you today is how to write fiction like a pro. Who is in the book and what do they want? Because all of life is based on want. All of God's living things is based on somebody wanting something, even if it's a carrot. A carrot wants something. That's why it goes deeper into the earth, because it's seeking something. It's seeking nutrition. It's seeking maybe water. Maybe it's seeking solitude. But it's wanting something. Characterization is simply you are the conductor in front of your own orchestra. And your orchestra is composed of lots of different instruments and different characters, different people. That's what it's about. I think a lot of people think that maybe if you write a story about two people that they're the same type of person. I think this is wrong. You should make them different. Like, for example, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. Soup and Rob are two Vermont farm boys. Rob is quieter. He's not as old as Soup. Soup is probably a year and a half older, bigger, stronger, and he's the dominating force in all of the Soup books. It is Rob who is the recording secretary. The camera is always in Rob's head. It's never in Soup's head. Almost enough is the right amount. It's not the exact amount, but almost. Not quite enough is the right amount. For example, if you have a party and you play musical chairs, you got 20 people and not 19 chairs. And how does a game of musical chairs end? Two people and one behind. It's somebody who wants something, tries to get it, and is opposed. Writing is show business. You want to show the story. You don't want to tell it. People don't want to read your book. What they want to open the book and they want to watch it happen. That's exactly what a good author will do. Here's another example of show, don't tell, show. If you tell a story, you say Janice Riker was a very mean little girl and did mean things to us and we always hated Janice. I said, that's poor writing. Good writing is, it was Saturday morning. We were playing cowboys and Indians, and there I was helplessly tied to a tree. And along came Janice. She ripped down my trousers and she said, I've got a hornet. If you say Bill was nervous, it's very poor writing. But if you say Bill was flicking his Bic, that's better writing. Bill was clicking his ballpoint pen on and off, on and off. Or Bill is a troublesome kid. He got sent to the principal. Bill sat on a hard bench outside the principal's office. He began pulling the skin back from the edge of his thumb until the raw red flesh began to show, until he could get that skin between his teeth and rip it away and taste the hot sweet of his own blood. Don't tell me that Bill was nervous. Show me Bill's thumb. Let's say that your novel has a character in it named Charlie Hopple. It would be folly of you to describe Charlie Hopple. He's a nice person, is good to his neighbors, and he plays well with the children next door. That's not good enough. Charlie Hopple comes home on a Friday night. He's tired. He's just about to put his car into the driveway. What is in front of him? It's a tricycle. He'd like to run over the darn thing, but no, he doesn't. He gets out of the car. He picks up the little pink tricycle. He walks. It's a very humble neighborhood. It's very simple. He walks maybe 10 or 15 feet over to his neighbor's house, puts the tricycle carefully on the steps, and walks back to his own car. Why? Because it isn't just a tricycle. It's Emily's tricycle. And she's the little girl who says on Saturday morning, "Oh, hi, Mr. Hopple." And he'll say, "Oh, hi, Emily. How's kindergarten?" It's that simple. It's showing the story. Supposing one of the most famous striptease artists in America was a lady whose name was Gypsy Rose Lee, and all of these old bull-headed guys on the front row are waiting to see her strip. Now she comes onto the stage fully clothed, and instead she says, "I don't think I'll take my clothes off. I will just tell you about my body." "No," says the boys, "show us, show. Yes, show us that." And that's why Gypsy Rose Lee was a success. She would show the story. No one cares what a character is thinking. No one cares what a character is feeling. But everyone cares what a character is doing. It has to be a physical act. Here's a good suggestion for you. See if you can write an entire story without using the word love. It is the most overused word in the English language. Don't use it. Big book reviewer of the New York Times book section that's read all over the country. And he compared two books. One was a romance book, and they used the word love like 43 times. And it said, "Not so with the Day Don't Fix But Die," where the word love does not appear even once, and yet it suffuses every page. Every editor wants to know where the point of view really is. The camera that records the action of your book is never in your head. It's always in the head of a character. Sometimes it's in the head of one character all the way through. Take the 14 books that I've written about Soup and Rob. The camera is always in Rob's head, never in Soup's. Soup is the dominating character, but yet the camera is always in Rob's head. The camera is always in someone's head. It's never in your head. Let's talk about how not to gussy up the story. You're with General Custer and the 7th Cavalry, and you're surrounded by all of the hundreds of attacking Sioux Indians. You could always say, "Here come the Indians," said Custer. But the people want to gussy up the story. They want to make it fancier than that. They say, "Here come the Indians," Custer exclaimed. Is that enough? No, they want to gussy it up even more. "Here come the Indians," Custer exclaimed excitedly. If there's anything that's unnecessary in the English language, it's the ly adverb. Hey, I got some good news for you. I'm almost done. I just got a few closing remarks. Dubbed-in laughter is as phony as the people who employ it. Filthy talk should never be called adult language. It isn't. It's just plain filthy talk. And young adults are not people who are still in their teens. These are people who are graduated, get a job, and pay their own taxes. These are young adults, not dependent teenagers. Last but not least, I'd rather play well and lose than play poorly and win. Because to me, it's not important whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. And I want to leave you with 7 most important words. Don't wish for apples. Grow strong trees.
I gotta have some outtakes.